We are talking about conspiracy theories with the impending alien invasion coming on.
So, you do believe in aliens, or you don't?
I mean, why not?
You have any, like, actual beliefs about it?
No, I don't have any actual beliefs.
Just in general.
Just in general. There's a period there.
No matter what you say, I'm going to have several questions that I'm just going to...
And I'll just answer them, not correctly, but I'll answer them.
Okay, that's good.
I promise you an answer.
Yeah, the guy in the Don't Tread on Me hat is representing the government. Look what we got, guys.
Oh, boy.
Sent in by our good friends, April and Bryce. We have real American beer, and we're going to start off this podcast by giving it the good old loud and drunk taste. I've obviously had a lot of these because I was drinking them last weekend, but I want to see what you guys think of these beers. So let's go right into it.
Yeah.
Pounding them on the way here.
I love that he's on it.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's a very nice image of him. If you can,
It's an interesting
zoom in there?
It isn't it like the first thing that I noticed when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this is so poorly like lasered on.
Yeah,
it looks
it's
like
really poor quality.
Yeah,
have we shown this to the thing?
Yeah,
yet? Let's get in there. How do we do it? Am I close enough?
You're not. You got everything but the picture.
We're working with fixed zooms, so it's a little tough.
Yeah.
We'll figure something
Can
out.
I crack this right now?
You can, go right ahead.
I
guys.
love that the artwork of him with the American flag. It reminds me of the original Mega Man game for NES,
my
where it was
God.
just like not quite Mega Man, but Mega Man enough.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew what it was at the time, and it's like, yeah, I get that's the Hulkster, but
It's definitely a Hulkster.
Can I read the mission statement real quick?
Oh, absolutely.
yes.
I love that there is one.
It's like a preamble.
America's at its best when united. And if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's the simple pleasure of sharing a beer. That's why we started Real American Beer, to bring people together one beer at a time.
Wow, that is so
Hulk
stupid.
Hogan.
Yeah.
In all fairness, it's the only reason I came today to try this beer. So
I'm gonna get in here.
I have a joke about that, but we're not 2 minutes into the podcast yet.
It's a beer.
That is a beer. That's
Yeah.
like a lager.
It's supposed to be a
light
light
lager,
beer.
yeah.
It's legitimately described on the can as just
It's
a light
very
beer.
bready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
bready. I'm glad that I'm complimenting it with Bear Fight Bourbon whiskey. What is it? I don't even know. It's a Kentucky Reserve.
Yeah.
It's aged in tequila barrels, and I think it's going to see me through this beer.
Very good.
I can taste the vitamins and the prayers of the Hulkamaniacs in this.
Oh, that's what that is.
It's
real
on the
vitamins.
back end.
It's actually really good that you can't taste the training because there'll probably be some sweat in it.
Maybe that is what I'm tasting.
And it is that. I'm sure if we poured this out, it'd be the golden tan of the Hulkster himself.
Wow.
It kind of tastes like, and this is niche, but maybe our friend April would know it, Steel City.
Oh, she would.
Wow.
Kind of tastes like Steel City to me a little bit.
Tastes like nothing to me.
You don't have taste buds anymore.
Yeah, and like maybe that's a good thing, but maybe
what an
that's a
experience.
blessing
Yeah,
from
it
past
really is,
Moses.
yeah. I mean,
Are you sure? This
I am
isn't just
drinking.
water.
I am drinking.
That was kind of like, so on the ride down here, I said it reminded me of Kona. How wrong am I?
No, completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
The second sip that I just had tasted a lot better than the first one. I don't know if that's real. With the shock.
It
that's setting
settles.
in.
It settles somehow.
Yeah. It tastes way different. Way different. Maybe it's the bourbon messing.
Yeah,
with the
maybe
whiskey.
the bourbon's improving it.
Moses is
What
in
does
research
that say?
mode.
Yeah.
4.2.
Look at him with his glasses. Huh?
Yeah, you gotta love his readers.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They're definitely a little
They
grandma.
were the most ridiculous ones I
I
could
feel
find
like
at the
every
IDOC.
day, or at least every podcast, he transitions a little bit more into being that character from Jurassic Park.
Are we talking about Newman or Dr. Hammond?
Oh yeah, Wayne Knight's character.
Maybe Dr. Hammond. I think it really depends on how you're functioning that day.
Yeah, right now I'm
One of
Dr.
them is
Hammond.
yeah, right now you're Dr. Hammond. By the end of this, you'll be...
By the end of this, because we are talking about conspiracy theories with the impending alien invasion coming on.
Wow. Okay.
Tell us more about that, Moses.
Yeah.
I
What's
don't-
the impetus of this?
Well, there's some kind of alien body out in space, not terribly far in consideration of like how far things are in space.
They're far apart.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be coming here. I don't like. This is also me reading when I was drunk.
No matter what you say, I'm going to have several questions that I'm just going to...
And I'll just answer them, not correctly, but I'll answer them.
Okay, that's good
I
enough.
promise you an answer.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be, it's large enough that it's allegedly, according to the Facebook scientists,
Okay.
that it's an
Those are our
alien.
top scientists.
Well, that's the only ones I'm going to read. Like it stems from Neil deGrasse Tyson and then goes down, which so it's
So is it beyond like so like in Independence Day it, like snuck up behind our moon on us?
Yeah,
I think it's kind of like it's not really sneaking up but it's not in our I think inherent galaxy, like it's past Uranus. There it is.
God.
I want to stop that before even that's fielded. You said that there's an alien body out in space. I want to know what that thing is before we even talk about that.
I didn't read that far into it.
What does that mean, though?
I mean, there's like an
asteroid or?
I mean,
Obviously not,
I don't think it's an asteroid, but it is some sort of ship. I guess.
I think I grazed past a headline on some social media. I didn't read it because I don't indulge. But like it is an alien body in the way of like a meteor or a comet would come through.
Like an unidentified object.
Yeah,
But like I guess it's
shaped like not like a meteor, like it's just a flying rock would.
I think it's like
What does that even mean, though?
they think it's like trajectory or like momentum changed, which like a normal.
Okay.
Which means like there was something controlling it outside of physics we understand.
That it did, if I'm correct here, that it did a movement that isn't explained by normal, like that Jupiter made it bend this way.
Tokyo drift in space.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Well, you wanted answers. I mean, I'll wait for your questions, I guess, later.
Listen, you don't need aliens when you've got family.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so
That's
like
for
I said,
you,
I
Paul
did not
Walker.
read anything about it. I think conspiracies can be incredibly fun, but like right now in my life, I don't have the juice to chase them down.
Yeah.
But like, I'm very interested to hear your opinion on this.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you feel? Well, yeah. What's your
you
take?
feel?
I guess. Yeah.
As far as this alien thing goes, I think it's about time because I remember in the 90s growing up, aliens were like all the fucking rage. We all had like clothing with aliens on it. Musicians.
You were big into UFOs and shit.
Well, UFOs were a fucking brand of fucking
Well, I'm also
jeans or something to that effect.
to tie in with what you're saying now. X-Files was at its peak.
X-Files was at its peak.
I think
We
that
had
made us all
signs.
want to believe.
We had, like,
and I mean that like I'm not making. I feel like you really did that.
It
for
seemed
society.
at the time in the 90s that the government was preparing us for, at least some kind of alien. And like that kind of happened in the 50s.
Turns out it was just the Patriot.
They're really good at sleight of hand.
Yeah.
But and now that's happening. And it was just like, huh. Good. If there are actual aliens, why the fuck are they coming here? Probably for the water that they're allergic to.
Oh, that
was a sign.
Swing away, Meryl. Swing away.
Yeah, War of the World. Oh, yeah.
Signs. That was,
Yeah, they already did it there too. Yeah, that was.
Was it in War of the Worlds? That was the thing.
Oh my God, I don't want to segue too far
Just
away
take
from
it.
this. So, real quick, the original War of the Worlds was who did that originally?
H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells, and in that, as spoiler alert from something that was written in the 30s or 40s, the gist of that was that the aliens came here for resources. They eventually ended up drinking the water, and they were not allergic to anything, but that their immune systems couldn't handle the bacteria that live in our water, whereas we obviously evolved to
from
be
it.
able to consume those. And I don't need for us to go off on this tangent, but because it just naturally came up, I watched on Prime just the other day the
Shout out Prime.
Yeah, the remake of War of the Worlds.
Oh, Tom Cruise?
No. They just did a new one.
A new.
Who is it? Fucking Ice Cube in it? Can somebody
boy.
look it up?
I forgot. Yeah, you would text
It's
it.
like, it's. Oh, God, I love you so much. As much as I hate you, I love you.
He was making this in the front seat of the truck on the drive to the studio.
Is there still food in it or no?
No, I ate all that. But if you need.
Wow, you look horrible. I mean, I'm into it. Yeah. I'll make one.
Now I have to check the lighting with this.
It'll get weird refraction.
But no joke, I watched this the other day, and again, we don't need to spend a lot of time on this, but I watched this. It's one of the worst movies that I've seen. And you guys know that I love bad movies.
Yeah.
It's so fucking horrible. And I feel like we all really need to watch it. And yes, now I do remember that I sent this in a group text to you guys.
Yeah.
That we really do need to watch it.
Yeah.
It's a
All
remake
right.
of that. In this case, they were stealing data. It wasn't resources.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What are they doing with that?
Welcome. I don't know.
Like, we don't
How
do
you make
anything with
these?
it.
Are you like an expert on it?
I mean, I use the
The
inside of
aliens
this.
are just the government?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's like that. It's really bad. They like remote control a Tesla in it. It's a big
my
advertisement, not
God.
just for Prime. It's really bad. It's really bad.
I can't
Like, I
wait.
would love for everyone
We
to
will-
watch
we will
it. Like,
revisit it.
Yeah, but like even the audience, like whoever's listening to this, watch this shit and leave your comments because I normally wouldn't even put that out there, but I really want to know what other people think about this film. My brother made me watch this. I could kill him. It was really sad. It was.
How did he
Come
make
on, you know you
watch
have
it?
Amazon Prime. Check it
How
out.
did we make me?
How did it? Because I know he didn't come here to do it. Like, he didn't strap you to a chair, fucking...
No, he like fucking browned
Malcolm
me about it. He was
McDowell
very
fucking-
aggressive. It
Can
was
I just need to take a moment. I've seen foil hats done in many ways in media. I have never seen this oversized yarmulke version.
Yeah, it's called the kippa.
Yeah.
It's
It's
what I had
like you
to
have
do.
a weird bowl cut.
It came with a can of soup, so what do you want?
I guess
doing
somebody's
my
got to
thing.
take over.
Well,
for
this is
that
why I did it in the car and not here. 'Cause
Dan, if I'm interrupting,
Can you guys are at the helm right now. I'm along for the ride.
Oh, all right. Well, then strap in, baby.
Well,
So then...
our high poobah of
it's better than a Grand Wizard. Let's put that up.
Oh, boy.
Well, that was a choice of how I was getting the aluminum foil at dollar store. And I'm looking for a hat to kind of shape around it. And the only thing they had were these birthday hats that were long cone. And I'm like,
hat.
yeah, more like a dunce hat. And I said, like, happy birthday, because that's the theme of what it was. And I'm like, oh, I could do that. But that thing is like this big.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, that's a bit much. I don't want to spend, I don't want to spend $1.75 on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want to be subtle with it.
Yes, because that's how they get you.
I didn't know this was also going to be arts and crafts today.
Yeah, this is something that I was not expecting.
He gave it to me.
And it's also something that I was not going to be expecting in post. Either. So this will be fun.
Well, drink up so
want
that
the
way it's
people to
new when you
hear.
do it.
I'm probably going to have a few of these real American beers while I'm editing.
You know what? I've been neglecting mine but it tastes better every time. And I think that the arts and crafts is actually helping a little bit.
Where is that one?
Oh, I do think I hit a new level
there it
in
is.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like
it's layered.
Yeah.
A cake of some sort. No, I'm about it. So seriously, and I will revisit this hat thing because I do intend to finish what I'm working on. So you do believe in aliens, or you don't? Or,
I mean, why not?
no. Do you have any like actual beliefs about it?
No, I don't have any actual beliefs.
in general.
there's a
Just in general.
there's a period there. Yes.
My beliefs about the whole alien thing is the way that we generally come to understand that like everything beyond us is like it's infinite, goes on forever. That it would just make sense that something's out there.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like actual like mathematical
Yes,
theories on the amount of worlds and so on and so forth
Right.
that are all based off of how we evolved.
Yeah.
And so if you just base it off of that and take that as fact, unless you believe God put us here and Earth is the center
Well,
of the
then,
universe.
yeah.
Then he must have put them too, right?
Yeah, well, no, not according to the church. But I think that if you look at that, then it would make sense that there would be aliens in terms of if we were able to reach worlds that were the distances that we're talking about, then would we be engaging in the same types of behaviors as people think of when they think of like a gray,
Right,
or something like that?
I
And
would
that seems-
imagine yes, because we already do that here when we discover a new land. We take it over and destroy the fuck out of it.
I mean, that is true, but that's not when people talk about, if you talk about War of the Worlds, then yes, but then they also wouldn't have lost. In other words, people don't go and like move into like, the fucking Amazon jungle and like end up in some sort of a scenario where, maybe they could beat us or not. No, we just burn the whole fucking thing down and take what we want, and it fucks us over 100 years later. And that's what humans do. So I would imagine that if there was an alien species that had technology that was so vast above ours, so in other words, we would be the creatures living in the Amazon and they would be the humans, then in that case, they would show up here, we would be completely powerless. They would have all of the fanciest
Well,
things.
yeah. If they got here, if they had the tech to get here.
Yeah. It's not like a little like give and take where they're like, we need to figure out how to beat the humans, you know. In the same way as we're not sitting here like, how are we going to beat the monkeys that live in the Amazon? We just burn the thing down,
that's a little
and they
racist.
have no place to go, and that's humans suck, you know. That's really what that is, you know. So I mean, I kind of view it in that way, but I do believe that certainly, like, and again, like, unless you're religious in that way, and I am not, then you have to kind of believe that there's other life, you know, or you have to have an explanation as to how it killed itself, you know, but certainly not that it never formed, you know.
Right.
I would agree with that because we've even found like what is it like bacteria on Mars and stuff like that.
Well,
So,
it's highly debated, but it's like look at the places on this planet. This is something
We're still discovering shit to this day on this planet.
Well, that's kind of my thing. When you look at sci-fi movies and you see, this is my actual argument with like people who are like, you know, believers and I guess like, you know, like X-Files style aliens, we'll put it that way. It's that when people think of aliens, and I think that we do this just like in general with everything, everything's always about us, right?
Yeah. Well,
we always relate it to ourselves, which makes sense. I'm not shitting on it, but it's that we always view the alien, they have two eyes, they have a nose of some sort, they're
humanoid in some
and they act like us to a degree and what have you. But it's that when I watch, like when I want to see real life fucking aliens, I put on Blue Planet with David Attenborough and watch the deep sea episode, and you will see things that are very much so alive on this planet that do think, you know, and have their own way of life, etc. And they're here, and that's crazy to me. In other words, that's a fucking alien. So
and have survived longer than we have.
So when people think of like that an alien needs to look or act like us, that's the thing to me that's like
it's like the hubris of making them like human centric.
That's because that's what we know.
Right.
Yeah. It's an equal part of being of the hubris because it's hubris of they have to look like us, but also like on the other end it's like there can't be any other life because we're just so great.
Yeah, it's like endless hubris.
That's why I think it would be more like Starship Troopers than as far as like like it would be some kind of like insectoid or something to that effect.
Good bugs are dead bugs.
That's fair.
Which that by itself was based off how shitty people were. Because it was actually a commentary on fascists.
And you're doing your part right now.
Yeah, I sure am. Sure.
Are you gonna set a shoe?
This is really shaping up. I don't know if it's a boot or a hat.
It's gonna be something.
Are you gonna make a souffle?
I'm the only artiste here.
The radio waves are coming in through the feet. My feet.
Yeah, they always think the head, but it comes from the ground up. It's those 5 Jews at the center of the earth doing it.
We just went over this.
We have one podcast.
I love that he's wearing a kippah for it.
That's the only way you can block it. Yeah. You put on your regular ball
My mother
cap.
might actually approve.
You know what? I think she would.
She probably would, yeah. If you're listening, hello.
Hi.
Shalom.
Love you.
And hi, April again.
Love you.
Love you.
So I would actually agree with that though, because like there's the universe is so vast that we can't accommodate for any sort of life form on like all the worlds that exist. I've watched a few videos and seen how like catastrophic some of the environments are on other planets and moons and stuff like that. But it's not without reason that there can be life forms that exist in those conditions.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
again,
because we
look
can't
at-
survive on it doesn't
Look
mean
at-
something else hasn't evolved to survive on it.
And to use that same example, look at creatures that live at depths. I mean, basically, where do humans die? It's like 100 feet or 200 feet. It's not deep when you look at the ocean. Many creatures live down there and engage in, I'm not saying that they're like, as conscious as people or something like that, but I'm saying that they engage in complicated behaviors where they make judgments, they're hunters,
well, they
or
found
they're
that
hiding.
octopi have like small civilizations, not dislike
Octopi
us.
are very
they're very
You can also,
intelligent.
fun side note, you can actually call them octopuses now.
I could, but I won't.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, we're beyond the 2-minute mark, so you can say whatever you want.
All right. So those underwater pussies.
And here we go.
See, I can say these things now because they can't get in my head to stop me.
How patently absurd.
Oh my goodness.
But
All right, so what else you got?
there's have you heard of the Mountain Dew conspiracy?
Oh, no.
No, I'd love to.
It's a more recent one. I think it came out in 24 or 25. That every time Mountain Dew puts out a new flavor of Dew, some kind of tragic event happens shortly thereafter. So
Okay.
we have the regular Mountain Dew, whatever. And I mean, to even put that into play, like that got its popularity from bootlegging as a mixture for a mixture of whiskey.
Oh, we talked about that.
Yeah, we
did.
briefly went over that. So I'll even include that, and it's not included on this little bit, and then we'll get to the next flavor of Mountain Dew Code Red, which came out 3 months before 9/11, and it's hard to argue. It's hard to argue that 9/11 wasn't a Code Red event, at least for America. And this is an American fucking soda company, so why the fuck not?
I'm gonna need one more data point.
Yeah.
The Maui Burst flavor releases, and then 3 months later, the wildfires in Maui occur.
Wow.
Okay.
You can't say that he's a liar.
I can't.
I'm not done yet.
won't.
I'm not done
I
yet.
retract my former statement about one data point. I'm gonna need like 5.
Well, I got 2 more for you
Okay.
because Mountain Dew needs time to create.
I'll settle.
So then we come to the Star Spangled Splash,
Okay.
which came out. It came out right around the time that the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapses.
Oh boy.
There it is.
Okay. Okay.
And then the last one. Oh no, I guess there is a. Never mind. I got 3 more.
Okay.
Then we. Oh, maybe 4. Hold on.
Wow.
All right.
I always stop reading at the first sentence. So then we get to Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Then a few months later, there's an IT blackout in July of 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's Tropical Swirl flavor. A few months after that, severe hurricanes that lasted longer than normal in South America.
Longer than normal.
Yeah, it was,
Man, did they.
like instead of like the 6 months it happens, it was like 6.5.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the Mango Rush. Then we have tragic floods in Texas.
Oh.
And that's kind of where the
Well,
flavors
I
stop.
I haven't heard that particular flavor.
I haven't
In
either,
regards to
but
that
like
one,
I think
yeah.
that's a more recent one.
Well, we had touched on. It was. I think Pedro, you brought it up. Well, your neighbor was telling the story. I don't know if it was brought up in the podcast or not.
Yeah.
But how what was it, MS-13 or something was doing something that was
Yes.
causing the floods.
Yes, yeah, he had.
They were flooding their own tunnels
Yeah.
to get drugs in or water them down. I don't know.
It was. Can it be both?
All right. I feel like this hat is almost done.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the vision.
I think that I'm something of a haberdasher now. It's not quite perfect.
Where do you put the 10?
Hold on. She's falling apart.
It's all right. Just put it over your regular hat. It'll keep it stable.
Dan, that's not the game. That's not the game.
Now, folks, this is why you should watch the visual component
Absolutely.
of the podcast.
Yeah.
If you're on your lawnmower right now,
I made it a little
listening
small.
to us, you are not
There's
getting
a
the full
sun
scope
hat.
Yeah,
of the
I
podcast.
apologize because all you got was 10 minutes of crinkling.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get that in post.
It's gonna be a complicated sound to isolate and pull out.
Yeah, it's I'm not. It's.
All I'm looking at is Legends of the Fall.
See now, it's
In more than one way or
compromised.
another. You got holes
It's
in that, though.
compromised. You got a hole right here. That's
Oh God, damn it! That's gonna let the rain in, Dan.
it's gonna let the rain in, the radio waves.
Yeah. Well, that's where I want him to get at. That's where I'm prepared for him.
He wants just a
Let me
taste.
tell you how you fix this the old-fashioned way. I spent a little time in the Great Depression. Something about
I'm
that.
surprised it's not just mud you're throwing in there.
Yeah, I only have foil.
There we go.
Wow.
Now, how does that look with the lighting?
I mean, it's washed out completely, but like, you get the point, I suppose.
You're really leaning into that cowboy thing.
Ma'am.
Fair enough.
I also gotta say, it's amazing that you guys are wearing tinfoil, in this case, cowboy hats, but yarmulke. Meanwhile, we are legitimately recording this and putting this on the internet. You are not being helped.
I'm just saying we're united in keeping aliens
In
out of
insanity,
our-
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I long for the days where we did the artsy-fartsy titles for the podcast,
Right.
because that's what it would be.
What can we do with tinfoil today?
This feels very nice.
Okay, so Mountain Dew is the herald of the end times.
Yes, and it's the same way of like this. It's in the sense of like that Simpsons kind of like, oh, they predict everything, which I guess art imitates life, or life just imitates art.
Yeah.
So if Mountain Dew comes out with a flavor, it's called like the final run or something like that.
Something to that effect. Because it does get a little loosey-goosey with like the Mango Rush. I don't
Yeah.
like, because that's not really a fucking Texas thing, mangoes. Like I get, they'll have mangoes just because.
Yeah,
How
but
did they try to tie that in?
I don't know, like it's like when you get to the end of a conspiracy, you kind of reach at its straws. Yeah, there's ebbs and flows
a little bit.
You got to ride the wave, man.
No, all these other things though make sense.
Oh yeah, well see, there's credence and then there's crazy, and so you got to intertwine them, weave them together like a fine foil hat.
Now you're talking my language.
That's kind of a band name. I fine foil hat.
That's good. That's good. I don't know. I feel like I was having a discussion about conspiracy theories the other day, and somebody brought up, I forget the name of the comedian. Maybe you guys would know him. He's like some popular comedian today. And he was doing, it's a classic joke. Like I knew that like Carlin did it for a long time, but it's that, you know, the basically, you know, the comedian, whoever they are, they're kind of like mocking somebody else's belief system because it's so crazy, right? And they're just like, how could you believe in this nonsensical thing? And then the joke, of course, is that like, and then I think about the fact that I'm a Christian and I believe in the Holy Ghost and that Christ is this and so on and so forth. And it takes a suspension of disbelief. So I mean, like, in other words, like, I do think that like, so there's two ways that I look at it where I do want to side with conspiracy theorists, and it's not just because of my awesome cowboy hat, but because there's a suspension of disbelief that we all do, you know, where we're willing as human beings to believe in something that you have no evidence of, or at least not like, you know, whatever you want to call it, scientific evidence. And on the other hand of it, it's just like the idea of believing in mystery in general, the idea of that it's desirable to believe in that, not just that you do, but that it is desirable to do so. Otherwise, everything is so mathetical, and I think it's
like a
almost
side effect of hope.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it's
I'll
also
take that.
too like when you're given so little information about certain things. Let's say, for example, like the Kennedy assassination. Like no one knows really anything like that really truly freaking happened or what was behind it. So they come up with
Didn't
other
they get
things.
released? The files, didn't Trump release those?
I never bothered to look.
Oh yeah, no, like who cares now?
Yeah, well, it's also
It turns out Epstein did it, and he acted alone.
Well, that makes sense.
Kennedy hung himself,
But that-
right there in that car.
That's a more contemporary one where there's a ton of conspiracy theories that are around Jeffrey Epstein. Like he's a part of like Mossad, he was in the CIA, because there is like no information. It's like, oh wait, there are no files. You've been wrong this entire time. He killed himself and there's nothing to look at. Nope. You see nothing.
I think that, so my personal approach to like conspiracies and like how do you as a human being like navigate real shit besides obviously keeping the radio frequencies out of your mind. That's why you need the wide brim, by the way, because I can still get in from the sides. That's why I do mine wide.
I keep my fillings. Like I had all my teeth removed, but I kept the fillings.
Okay, there's whatever.
I'm like a Bond villain.
It's a terrible one. Jaws had his teeth.
Oh no, you being the one that throws the hat. Okay.
I think that. That's very odd job.
You know what? We're on to
job,
something. You do look like a Bond villain.
And here we are.
And instead of
Welcome to Latin Drunk,
dinosaurs,
everybody.
and instead of odd job, you're just nut job.
That's good.
That's good.
I like that.
That wrote itself,
I like that.
though.
He's cooking,
I'm giving him half credit for that one. I think so. Like I, as you guys know, like I very much so love reading about history, and in some cases, you do have things that were conspiracy theories when you look at like the way in which like the CIA interacted with like Saddam Hussein's Iraq or something like that. And there's crazy stories that came out of there when he was still in power, where they're like the CIA blew up these buses and this and that, and we denied it up and down, and then you find out, you know, decades later, where
That
they're just
they
like,
are
oh yeah,
true.
no, we totally did that, yeah.
Yeah, Operation Northwoods, all that kind of stuff.
So sometimes conspiracy theory, and this is what's great about being a government too, it's that you have this plausible deniability where it's like sometimes it's 100% real and sometimes it isn't, and it makes it impossible for you as a regular person to really be able to discern it. So I usually just try and approach it as it's called what is it, like Azov's razor or something like that.
Oh,
I know
Occam's razor?
Occam's razor. There we go. I've been drinking whiskey and American beer. Occam's razor, where it's like general concepts of that. I usually look at the most obvious explanation and assume that it's correct, but I'm not married to it. So if somebody's like aliens are being covered up and what, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But I don't believe in 9/11 conspiracy theories personally,
Yeah.
but if somebody's like pitching that to me, I'm like, I don't personally believe in that. But if it came out years later that was a thing, I wouldn't be blown away
Right.
that our government might be involved in some sort of horrible endeavor, because that's a thing that this government's done.
Yeah.
You know, but if you told me something completely disconnected from everything else that I've known to be true, for example, you know, like the Area 51 thing, I don't personally believe in that, and there's nothing that's come out that substantiates it. You know, so like the 9/11 thing, I'm like, I don't believe in it, but if the basis of what you're saying is that the American government would hurt Americans to enter into a war, I'm like, yeah, no, that sounds right.
Definitely.
Well, then let's talk a 9/11 thing.
Oh.
Step up to the plate because I'm going to pitch
Sorry, I
this.
brought it up.
It was going to come up.
Yeah.
Let me put on a second hat.
Well, 9/11 is the reason we have 50 Shades of Grey.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, 9/11 happens, and there's a boy that
Sorry.
he witnesses this and starts a band called My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
My Chemical Romance inspires E.L. James to make Twilight.
Super quick, I want to pause you. You read this somewhere? You did not make this up.
No,
You read this.
yeah, I'm reading it
Go
right
ahead.
now.
Go ahead.
Or I forget who wrote.
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry,
Somebody wrote it,
Stephanie something or other wrote Twilight,
Okay.
and then the fan fiction 50 Shades of Grey, which is a fan fiction of the Twilight series, comes out. So without 9/11 happening, creating My Chemical Romance, which would inspire Stephanie Meyer to write Twilight, which would then inspire E.L. James to write a fanfic of Twilight and make it 50 Shades of Grey.
I mean, I've never read it.
I don't know.
It's
It's
like
just
the book that all
it's-
the white ladies were in love with.
It's like a
It's like a
soft-
BDSM kind of thing book, but
It's an erotic story.
Yeah.
it has that like power pull that I think the Twilight
I've
kind of
also
had.
never seen Twilight or read Twilight.
But you know that women like erotic
Yeah.
literature.
That's their smut.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well, it's just smut. It's not
Yeah,
their
yeah.
smut. It's just smut.
Oh, no, I
it could be
understand.
for any one of us, Dan.
Oh, are you reading 50 Shades of Grey?
Dan, don't you fucking kink shame me. I swear to God. Yeah.
Have you not been
This
in the
guy's not even
basement?
wearing a fucking tinfoil hat.
No, it's the government telling him to say that.
Yeah, exactly. You
He's
look
not
like a
using
fool.
his words.
You look like a fool, Dan.
Yeah, the guy in the Don't Tread on Me hat is representing the government.
See, that's exactly what they would want you to say. Yeah.
Because we're speaking the same brainwaves.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. You got to.
They're not connecting.
You got to cover your ears. I don't care about the feelings.
This is
I
why
have
you
enough
gotta
hair.
watch on YouTube or Rumble. You will miss all these subtle cues.
yeah. There's nothing subtle about this.
And like that's not really a conspiracy per se. It's more like a butterfly effect. I did, while looking that up, find another butterfly effect of sorts where if it wasn't for the Buffalo Bills, we wouldn't have the Kardashians.
What does that
Wow.
So,
Okay, this
I
is
mean-
OJ related, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yes,
Yeah.
it is. Because the Buffalo Bills, they barely lost a game in the 1970. They were going for an undefeated streak, but then they lost that one, which for some reason gave them first pick in the draft the next year. And then they got O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
And then, O.J. does what O.J. does. And kills, Nicole Brown.
Yeah, I was really confused by that. It's like, be a great running back? You were kind of like,
Which era?
Well, yeah, maybe
No
he
matter what, he is the juice.
maybe he shouldn't have drove a Bronco and just tried to run.
Shit.
And then he wouldn't get caught.
No, I got the joke.
And then the father Kardashian was on his
Yeah.
defense team.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason the Kardashians are of any real popularity
significance,
now because of that whole debacle.
Fixing my hat.
I mean, like, I follow the OJ to Kardashian. What's his name? Robert Kardashian? Was that was his name?
I believe so.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Like, I get that, but like, then you could just take anything in his past as a lead up
Yeah.
to the Kardashians.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
Well, it's,
I mean, that trial like lifted up so many freaking people.
Oh, it did.
Like the
It did.
Kardashians, freaking
Judge Ito.
Greta Van Susteren got her own show basically because
is that what she came out of?
Yeah, I think she was on CNN at the time, so she was like one of the people that was like covering it every single night because that's the only freaking story that anybody fucking covered. Like if anything happened, they were like, that didn't really happen. OJ though.
Yeah. Side note to
Yeah,
that,
it was like a Norm Macdonald thing where
Yeah. Oh yeah, those were always great.
they were great.
has there been a trial? I know this is a tangent, but like, has there been a trial like that since then?
Of
The
that,
capture?
Not
You know what I'm
to
saying?
that
Like where
degree.
it's like where we all like where it's a part of our
Like
lives.
Casey
for
Anthony
forever.
was kind of that way.
Was that?
Not in the same.
But not in the same
so,
sense because
but-
it wasn't a famous person. Like she wasn't a famous person.
I'm saying this because I can't personally think of one where
Oh,
it's like anybody. of
Johnny
our
Depp and Amber
generation-
Heard thing, like where it wasn't
I
like
mean,
it wasn't
a
in the
little
same
bit.
vein, but that was a
It was a big
popularized,
story.
sensationalized.
Yeah.
Court
I
case.
didn't
OJ
hear-
was
yeah.
like so ubiquitous.
Yeah.
It was like you walked in anybody's house
Yeah.
during that period of
Well,
time.
It was.
They had it
Let
on.
me put it into a scope here because when that Bronco chase happened, I think it was
right.
Game
Made it this.
7
Game-
of the
yeah.
NBA
Yeah.
Finals was happening, and it was interrupted
Yeah.
because O.J. Simpson had
Yeah.
a gun to his head.
That's what makes it
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'll add on to that the fact that it was a murder trial too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the murder makes it
thing.
a lot
Come on.
different.
Of course,
Yeah.
and also attached to it too. You would never suspect that it was O.J. Simpson. Like O.J. Simpson was supposed to be cast as the Terminator, and it was turned down because it's like
He was too likable.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson would never murder anybody. No one will believe
Yeah.
that O.J. Simpson would do that.
Yeah. And he didn't, Dan.
I mean, yeah, I guess he didn't.
He was
According to a court of law, he didn't.
Yeah. What are you trying to do here?
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. Put your
Send
fucking
this,
hat
send
on.
this down here. There's still about like
Unbelievable.
15 feet left of
I
that.
don't need any more
I'm gonna have
crinkling
to
in the
butter mine
audio.
up a little bit now. I've got some holes in it.
They are itchy.
Well, no, mine. I just never noticed how much my ears move independently because you can really hear everything in there. It's an echo chamber.
That might just be the residuals of the
Big
beams.
Bang?
Yeah,
Oh,
the big
okay.
bangs that they're putting in your ear.
The big. Never mind. We don't need to go down that road.
Here come the big bangs and kicking in your
Just
ear.
gonna frustrate them.
Oh my god.
It's this American beer that gets me all American.
Gets you all hooked up.
My favorite, if I can just voice, like, I don't know many conspiracy theories that aren't like political and like, blah, blah, blah. So a friend of mine is a big believer in conspiracy theories. And I might I'm going to do my best to like repeat this.
Okay.
And it's very challenging for me. But the gist of it is that this is a person who they believe in a lot of conspiracy theories, like all of them. Like they're like the person is, I love them, but they're not always the most intelligent when it comes to being able to discern what's real and what isn't. So a lot of Facebook involved, et cetera. And so the gist of it is that you guys are familiar, obviously, with how the moon is a projection from the Democrats.
I knew
and that's
this was
not real.
coming.
So we all know that. But what I didn't know is that, and this is the shocking part. I didn't know that the sun was also a projection.
Oh wow.
Oh, I have.
So-
I saw some of that.
You can revisit this. Yeah. Let me belt this out. I'll be
Please,
brief, right?
please.
But the gist of it is that obviously this has been suspected for a long time. If the moon is a projection, as we now know, right, then the sun could also be a projection, right? So there's no evidence to back that up until you're looking up there at the sun, right?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be way out there in space. Like probably 50 miles, 100 miles.
Something like that, yeah.
It's way out there, right? And you're staring at the sun, and a seagull's coming by, right? The seagull's flying. You see the seagull. And then the seagull disappears behind the sun. Dis-a-fucking-pears.
Wow.
Right? No seagull there. So how could the sun be out in space if a seagull can fly behind it?
I think
I'm
that
staring right at the sun,
Yeah.
and I see the seagull.
As one does.
And then it's gone.
That's because
it's
it
gone,
puts
and
its
then it
cloaking on.
reemerges. What?
the seagull puts its cloaking on because birds aren't real.
That's another one.
That's another one.
Like it
Actually a
helps.
great
That's
retort.
how they connect.
But that one is also oddly political too, because
It
they're
is,
just
it is.
cameras to spy on us.
Yeah. In fairness, it's not really like political in the political
another
party
one of
sense,
the-
because both the
It's kind
Democrats
of
and the
factual.
Republicans
Yeah.
are obviously programming birds.
I mean, I don't like birds, so I'll hop onto that conspiracy.
But do they are they programming different birds?
Well, each
Or-
one does a different thing. They're like sectioned off where
like
you.
drones. Yeah.
Yeah, like each one has a specific nuance. Like one will,
This is why I have a cat, by the way.
because they are notorious predators for birds.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. I got to get rid of them.
They're too independent. They want to
It's-
get rid of those cameras.
And that's why America has the eagle.
Okay.
It took me a second. I was waiting for more, and then it didn't happen.
No, I know. Like, that's not how conspiracy theories work. I put something out there vaguely, and I let you connect the dots.
Yeah. You know what? You got in through my hat. And I don't know how.
Well,
White brim or not, I'll tell you some people.
Because I know foil technology.
Anyways, that's yeah. The sun isn't real.
The sun isn't real. The moon is also a projection.
Well, the moon is a projection from the Democrats.
Yeah.
That we've known for years. So that we believe that that's what causes the tides. Yeah.
You're really bringing up some interesting facts here.
Yeah. I get these from my top guy.
I
I don't want to name names. I got in trouble for that recently. I'm not going to name any names.
You got in trouble.
Sorry, April.
Love you.
Love you.
Yeah.
Sorry I talked bad about Steel City.
I have another 9/11 one, which is
Delightful.
I found this on the ride here, and it's just I'm reading this for the first time too.
You're reading it?
I heard reading as well.
I mean, that's what conspiracy theories do.
Well, no, that's All American Beer.
I thought it was a
talking.
king thing, but
Yeah.
what am I to say?
Prince caused 9/11.
The musician.
Yes.
Okay. The artist formerly known as. Yes.
So through a chain of causation.
I know he was in the chemtrails, so
Well,
I'll listen.
here's how, and I'm reading this off of a Reddit post.
So you know it's
Oh,
real.
you know
So
it's good.
hey, they're conspiracy theories. Theories. In 1984, Prince writes the song Darling Nikki and releases it on Purple Rain. Sometime afterwards, Tipper Gore is listening to it with her then teenage daughter in the car and is appalled at the filthy
Did an AI
lyrics
write
about
this?
sex.
All right.
Tipper Gore was appalled by something?
Yeah, so it was about the lyrics
Must
about sex and masturbation. I'm not familiar with the song, but fine.
I'm not familiar with sex and masturbation, but you can continue.
Oh no, I'm heavy-handed with masturbation.
Okay. Well, I mean, I saw your hat, so I figured that much.
The result is the PMRC with warning labels on CDs and LPs, the so-called tipper stickers.
Don't even. It's goddamn.
Fast forward 15 years to 2000 when her husband runs for president. I maintain this, whoever's writing this, I maintain that a certain number of Gen X voters, teenagers when the PMRC happened, so in their late 20s, early 30s in 2000, don't vote for Gore as a protest, either withholding their vote or voting for Nader or Bush. It would take many votes to swing the extremely close election. If Gore is elected, it is at least plausible that his administration paying closer attention to Al-Qaeda and bin Laden. Recall that they were already on the radar from the African embassy bombings of 98 and the USS Cole attack in 2000 of October. Is able to stop 9/11 plot in its tracks. So if Prince doesn't write Darling Nikki, Tipper Gore doesn't get her knickers in a twist about filthy lyrics.
Who the fuck wrote this?
Gore, I didn't copy that part. And then Gore wins the election and 9/11 doesn't happen.
I don't
That
know.
is a leap.
It is a leap.
No.
There's something about somebody saying something that they don't know the details that they're listing, and I know you're reading it, but it has a certain air to it that is just so funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like interstitials in there of like explanation of what year this poster is coming from.
A lot of correlation, no causation going on there.
That's how life works, Dan. Life finds a way.
Conspiracies find a way. Here we are. There's a couple of gentlemen putting on our tinfoil hats.
Yeah. How
Hanging
can
out
I-
with a couple of government men.
Would you mind investing in an island that strictly dinosaurs?
Did you ever think about the fact that both of these men have worked for the government at some point or another?
That's yeah. One's
And we haven't.
Justin,
have not.
they're
And
on
they
to
I
us.
don't think I
They
have.
refuse to put on tinfoil hats.
And they look like voters to me. And
They
I know
definitely
for
look
a
like
fact
voters,
I
especially
can't
that
vote.
one. Yeah.
Take your cyanide pill now, Justin.
Save some for me. Are you going to finish that pill?
The problem is I keep biting them, so I've built up a tolerance.
Episode 200 of the podcast. There's an immunity.
It's just me and him because I can't die.
On the note
There's
of
a lot of body doubles.
of widespread conspiracy theories, I just feel like it should be mentioned: the ice wall and flat Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Are we not going to at least mention it?
Yeah.
We have to. We have
Yeah.
to. It's classic.
My understanding of the flat Earth thing is obviously literal. The Earth is flat.
Yes.
The moon being a projection is a part of that, though obviously we know that the moon is absolutely a projection. I personally believe that the Earth is round, but the moon, of course, doesn't exist.
That's easy.
Yeah. But the flat Earth thing, it's a disk in space, and you don't fall off, nor does the water, because there's an ice wall.
The ice wall. Yeah.
The ice wall.
Now,
And
I've
that's
heard several iterations of this. Because, everybody has their opinion, but like NASA's real thing is that they guard the ice wall.
I wouldn't trust NASA to do that. I know. And also, it would be like SpaceX.
I think that was like Gen 1 when I first started hearing this.
But NASA put up the moon. Like, yes, the moon is fake now, but it was real, but we mined it back in 69 for all of its cheese, which depleted the actual moon. So then it was gone, but people are going to notice that there's not a
good
moon.
Old American efficiency
We depleted enough of the moon that it
collapsed on itself, and it's useless now.
Because that's gravity.
But it got rid of the moon. But people are going to notice that the moon's gone all of a sudden. So then they had to project the moon.
And
so now it is a
they're
projection.
They're going to want to find out where were you spending the cheese money, right? Because my taxes just keep going up. We can all agree on that, right?
Notice we don't have too much government cheese anymore. We had it. We had a lot of it at a time.
Yeah, the rent is too damn high. My taxes keep going up. Where did they spend those 7 trillion fucking tons of cheese?
It's probably Epstein Island.
And see, that's what it is. And they're covering it
goes
up.
back to
That's why it's a projection now. So we don't know that they harvested it, right? And now we all got to pay the price. And they got to eat the cheese.
And that's what Area 51 is. It's just a cheese processing plant for moon cheese.
You struggled to get that out.
Yeah, well, I'm a
Cheese processing.
alliteration is a little hard.
I'm drinking tequila whiskey, and I've got an American beer. I put my cheese on one leg at a time.
I'm drinking American beer.
Oh, it's like another one. Like a lot of people I know. So like in the post-COVID world, it really like torqued some people up, and I will not name any names. There's a person I know who got a combined score of 600 something on his SAT.
It's Roger.
That's
Yeah, good
just
old
writing
Roger.
your name,
Good old
isn't
Roger. It's been Roger.
I thought I was
And
Roger.
like, I agree with part of the impetus. I believe like big pharma is for profit over people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But this guy considers himself and exposes it loudly that he is more intelligent than any doctor.
Yeah. I don't.
As most of them are.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious because like anything will happen. Somebody has a chew, and now it's a whole diatribe
Yeah.
for her.
I mean, and again, like my little chime in on that, the Occam's razor
Yes,
thing.
yeah.
It's that whoever you are, and you and I, we've debated vaccines, Dan, and shit like that. And it's like I have like my like approach to things is like minimal intervention,
Right. Yeah.
Whatever you want to word that as. But at the same time, it's like anybody who thinks that they know more than what they actually can prove that they know.
Yeah.
Like I love to read about all sorts of shit. And the things that I would call myself like skilled enough in that I would comment on, it's like woodworking, drinking, and I'm pretty good at making tinfoil hats. And this one is not great. So if anybody wants to chime in, but I need to see the proof.
I actually am pretty impressed with
It's
it.
not bad. I made this quickly. If you gave me an hour, this would have been fucking.
In all fairness,
cold
it's
water.
dollar
I'll put it that way.
store aluminum foil, so it's mostly
I know. I
lead.
can tell from the quality.
It's
I've had
mostly
good
lead.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, now I feel like the hubris that goes into it.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's also like this notion, and it goes back to the point that I was making before. Sometimes the conspiracy theory is real, and sometimes it isn't. And it's almost like if you think that you figured it out, then you think that you're also smarter than the best paid people at the CIA. And don't get me wrong, I don't respect those people.
Right.
I think that they're hurting all of us as Americans, and they're hurting human beings all over the world. So I don't like people who take on roles like that. And it doesn't even mean that you're smart in every other facet of life. You could be a fucking moron, but you're probably really good at lying.
Which is a skill.
Yeah, and that's a skill. And like in other words, like I don't think that I'm better at that bullshit than a CIA operative. You know?
Like I know that I know well what I know, and I know well enough that I'm an idiot in every other aspect
and that's
of
just
my life.
yeah. But if your whole life was dedicated to like lying to the American people about something, then you could still be an idiot. You could still be you, right? But you might be really good at that one thing, And that's what I'm saying. It's like you could be fucking great at that one thing, and you're going to be better than me because you practice it every single day, right? And because like the groupthink of it, the way in which we all kind of like jump onto it, what a conspiracy theory is, I think that makes it easy to manipulate people.
Well, it's also
and it makes us
contrarian by
question
nature because you have a whole
absolutely,
bunch of
yeah.
people that just go along with the herd, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then there's like, well,
Groupthink, yeah.
group. It's two different forms of groupthink. You have one end that's just like following the narrative or whatever, and then you have another one where like, well, what if this is actually fucking happening? And it just becomes like a contagion over time where
And
it's just like,
it becomes
it's
everything.
5G.
It becomes everything.
Yeah.
Everything is a lie.
Yeah.
Everything is a work.
Every-
And it's wild. And like they have their own group. Like a lot of them call themselves the Awakened.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean,
That's a dangerous one.
Yeah.
I'll say this about exactly what you just said,
Yeah.
right? Where everything becomes this. So forming groups and whatnot, that's its own phenomenon.
Yeah.
But like, look at it just as a regular human being. If you've got a friend that you've caught lying a few times, you begin to question everything that they say. And I think that that's how a lot of people view their government. I wouldn't say just the American government, because I think all
No, it goes
governments
across,
are,
yeah.
you know?
What is it?
Yeah. So it's that you observe that somebody's sold you some bullshit, and all of a sudden everything that they sell you. So whether 9/11 is real or not, the bottom line is that you did get sold like Ruby Ridge, or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you're already thinking about it that way, then you're so much more inclined to think that 9/11 was a hoax.
Well, it's also it's like the lack of transparency. Now, I know you can't tell everybody everything because it can endanger people that are working abroad.
If I may though, I'm only going to argue with your wording.
Yeah.
I know why we say that we can't.
Yeah.
But you can tell everyone everything, and that has to do. And you're wearing a fucking
Don't tread on the
Yeah, not a foil hat.
So I mean, non-foil hat. So it's that the idea that the government can't share things with you because it's important for them to do their actions is a direct contradiction of the Gadsden flag that you like to wear.
I'm only bringing that up just because, like, that's obviously the line, and you could run into a situation where somebody is working abroad and it can endanger them, this, that, and the other thing.
They should have made better life choices.
But also, in that situation, since you're not being transparent with the American people or any people of any nation, people are inevitably going to want an explanation for why this happened. People want an explanation as to why JFK was murdered. They want an explanation for 9/11. They want an explanation.
I think
for
it goes to
the
I remember it from Men in Black where Tommy Lee Jones is explaining to Will Smith why
K.
fucking alien, why we don't know about aliens. Like, a person is smart, people are stupid.
No.
And it goes to
you're
that.
really making my implant buzz a lot.
Yeah.
You should have put your fucking hat on. Yeah.
I mean, that
There's more foil out.
Or is Amanda Waller just going to explode your head?
That's an old Nietzsche quote, I believe. It's like madness is rare in individuals, and in times, in groups, it is common.
Because it's like the way that we refer to it today, like in this very unique time period, the past couple of years, we call it an echo chamber.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's that people feed off of each other and form belief systems where we all are willing to substantiate what another human being is thinking if it substantiates ourselves. And ultimately, because we all want to be substantiated, it results in us believing in crazy nonsense.
Well, that's the programming of the Matrix.
Well, but
that we
you
live
and I
in.
don't have that because we got the house.
Well, did you ever notice that, in the movie, that kind of exposed how to get out of the Matrix? You needed a dial-up. You need to. You know what? We don't have too much more of.
I actually saw something about this.
Yeah,
recently.
you got cell phones now. You know what that doesn't do? You haven't heard a
You know
busy
what?
signal in for fucking ever.
The only thing that pisses me off about this, and I'm being 100% serious with you, Moses, is that you're going to drop this on these two motherfuckers who don't remember how many times you have bitched that The Matrix is a horrible movie that you've never watched, and you can only fall asleep for
I
it.
can only
But
fall
I
asleep
do listen to you, and I do remember things that
I
you
enjoy
say,
Ghost
and
in the
fuck
Shell
both
more.
of you for not remembering it, because he has brought it up here so many times.
Come on, it's Moses. It's in one ear and out the other.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
If I kept track of everything Moses said, I would be a conspiracy
Strike
theorist.
his last comment from the record.
No, it's on there. It's there.
I'm not editing it out of the podcast. It's on the record.
He's got enough editing to do with April
things.
and that other April we talked about in April and April.
Huh?
Love you.
Yeah. You're
Here
gonna
we
get sick
are.
of your name, Broad.
Digging ditches, as it were.
We can't let this one go without the space reptilians. They run the world.
Right,
They're all they're every single world leader. That's really convenient.
Yeah.
That makes sense where the whole power struggle of each country, it's just a work where they're all in line because they're all space reptiles.
You know what's funny? So, obviously, the reptilian thing has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And like I took a glance at it this morning. It's called like the reptoid theory.
Yeah.
I've never
It
heard.
never used to be called
I never
that.
heard reptoid, but I allow it.
Reptoid is a stupid name because we already have the word reptilian.
Yeah, you just make it sound crazier. It's already a crazy theory, and now you're just going to make it sound dumber.
Oh, you're talking about the reptilian theory? No, it's reptoids.
You need a
this.
terminal velocity of insanity where it becomes safe.
When you can finally break out of the
Yeah,
universe.
yeah.
How does it work?
Yeah, I glanced over that. I saw reptoid theory. What
Yeah.
the heck is that?
I know my interpretation of that from the very few that spoke to me about it is that it's like Republicans describing the Pizzagate thing with Democrats.
Yeah,
Like
there
that
was some all the
Democrats
time,
are the reptiles and this and that.
Well, there's also like reptiles versus the Greys.
Yeah.
And then they're like opposing factions.
Right, and it's like,
that could be, yeah.
not for nothing, as you say this out loud, and it's just like, and I don't even like mean this fully as like a joke, but it's like, I'm just thinking, like, for a moment, I just thought about my own life and how hard my life can be sometimes as a regular human being, right? Like,
if you
I've
were a
got
reptile,
family
you'd be
and
better.
I've got friends and like, and I deal with I navigate the same things as any other human being does, right? And sometimes, I get home and I'm just like, I'm just fucking tired and I just need a break. And I'm for just a moment, I compartmentalized what it must be like to believe that for the core of your belief system to be that there are reptilians and other aliens and there are real opponents. And then it's like would my life be better or worse? Because sometimes I go home and I'm like, oh man, did I like embarrass myself in front of Justin? Did I piss off his wife? And instead I could go home and be like, none of that matters because there's reptiles at the center of the earth and it doesn't matter what Justin and his wife and Dan think about because I'm actually dealing with the heavy hitting shit right here and I need to make a better fucking hat because this one's probably not keeping it out because I cared about them for just
And
a moment.
where do the Qatari fit into that?
I don't know.
The cat people that the Egyptians worshipped. Because there's a whole lot of that, and it's a whole lot of cat.
like people? Yeah, I mean, I'm about cats, but
I mean, they worship cats in Egyptian times, so like
know,
them,
I'm not-
and those pyramids were built by aliens, not Jews or slaves.
Listen,
or
pal, you
not
keep
slaves.
talking, Zahiwasa's going to come after us.
I enjoy ayahuasca.
Got a penchant for bad podcasts.
No,
I'm sorry, I said slaves. I meant prisoners who have jobs.
nothing like this country. I'm an conspiracy theorist.
I can't let us go either because I think there was a conspiracy theory right around the time that like Taylor Swift was going to all of these freaking Chiefs games. She was like, I don't know, was she in like the CIA or something like that? Like, it was
I read about this.
She was like a Psy-Op.
Yeah.
And, and like, I don't remember the exact details. Is that like those type of things just fly past?
Yeah.
No.
And it's like she was a Psy-Op. Katy Perry's been replaced. 20 years ago, Avril Lavigne
Avril
was
Lavigne,
replaced.
I've heard, yes.
That one didn't go well for the CIA. Talk about money invested and lost.
It's like, what? Why?
No.
Like,
To what end?
Yeah, to what end?
And that's just it. When you think of conspiracy theories, I think that should be the first question to ask yourself. To what end?
Yeah. Who's
And
benefiting from this?
Yeah, and really take a step back and say, to what end? Could this government that because it's always a government,
Yep.
Is this government capable of achieving whatever I think their goal is?
Yeah.
Could they do it in a different way?
Yeah.
And would that way be cheaper and more convenient than brainwashing all of the Swifties that are out there?
And also, how many people need to be in on this, conspiracy?
Yeah.
If it's like a limited amount of people, all right, it could make sense.
Yeah.
If it's like, this vast network that's like, you got the strings going all across,
Yeah.
you might be reaching a little bit with
I
this.
remember an old-fashioned quote, and I'll give this first, and then I'll chime in with that. But I forget who it was that said it. It's like a Civil War era quote, but it's like the only way that three men can keep a secret is if two of them are dead.
Oh, right, yeah.
And so, of the conspiracy theories that I have learned, and they're all historical, they're not aliens or anything, but of the historical conspiracy theories where it's like somebody bombed this and it was actually this guy, whatever. Every single time that they were eventually, admitted to, put it that way, the government of this country typically, or whatever country owned up to them, it was always that there was only a few people involved in the thing. So even, and Dan, you might remember this more than myself, but even the bombing of our own ship in the Sea of Tonkin?
Gulf of Tonkin.
Gulf of Tonkin,
Yeah.
Even with that, most of the sailors, so for the context of the audience, this is a ship that essentially we allowed to be bombed bombed or bombed ourselves.
Yeah.
To
start the Vietnam War.
Yeah, exactly. But in other words, like we allowed Americans to be killed so that we could start a war.
Yeah.
And with that, the people who were victims of it, of course, didn't know. The people who knew about it was like 4, 5, maybe as many as 10 people. But 10 people you can get to kind of keep their mouths shut. But as soon as you get into conspiracy, this is why I don't believe in Area
Well, that's
51.
why like the 9/11 thing has at least some credence because the government has done a false flag to start a war.
Right. No, and that's why I say that like if somebody exposed that years later, then I would buy into it. But like the idea of, I mean, basically these other things like Area 51.
The manpower you would need.
Yeah. If you're talking, it's like on the one hand, you're saying that Area 51 is this giant big base and like so many people are involved and like it's this giant thing. And there's like thousands of people working there. You can't keep thousands of people from
Quiet.
talking.
Somebody's going to tell their wife, and then they're going to tell it at their
All it
fucking
takes is
pinochle
one
game
slip
or
up,
whatever.
And that's what it is. It's like people fucking slip up. Not like I ever do on the show. I never use people's names.
Yeah, take that, April.
Yeah, fuck you, April. not you, April. It's the other April. Yeah.
Love you. All right, guys. I think we're a little bit we're done with our conspiracy theories for now.
Yeah.
Tell people to smash that April button.
Easy.
Yeah.
Come on.
We all got tinfoil hats. Just calm down.
So if you enjoyed this episode of Loud and Drunk Podcast, make sure that you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and Rumble. And this is, this episode you definitely needed to watch. So if you were listening on, Spotify and Apple, like you kind of missed out on half of the show.
I'm just doing all the poses, Brendan.
Yeah.
We're also on social media. We are at Loud and Drunk on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We're not plugging Real American Beer because it's nowhere near New Jersey, but we have been plugging for a lot of things in this episode, like Real American Beer, Amazon,
I forgot that.
War of the Worlds.
No. It's almost like the movie I, Robot.
Here's to you, Isaac.
If you're really
Don't forget.
He'd be so upset with that.
If you're really super into conspiracy theories, there's only one place that you're safe. It's loudanddrunk.com. You can check out some cool merch. We got some glassware, t-shirts. You can catch up on the podcast. You don't have to go to YouTube and Rumble and all that stuff because Google will be the death of us all.
We'll protect you under our tinfoil umbrella.
We do have to finish building.
We do. Yeah, it's
fucking big, man.
If you want advice on tinfoil hats and how to make them, you can hit up Moses via our contact page. And I think that's pretty much all the things that right?
Drunk with the tilted.
Hell yeah, brother.
Woo! So, for Justin, Pedro, Moses, I'm Dan. And until next time, we're through the looking glass here, people.
Shalom, brainwaves. Oh, wow.
This hat is stifling.
I don't know. Very breathable. Maybe I leave that in.
You can. You can.